The night began like any other elite gala, chandeliers dripping with crystal light, laughter swirling through the marble halls of a secluded Swiss manor perched high in the Alps, the air crisp with the scent of pine and expensive perfume. But as Florence Pugh, her heart pounding with a cocktail of nerves and excitement, slipped past the velvet ropes with a forged invitation tucked into her clutch, the familiar veneer of opulence began to fracture beneath her gaze, shadows deepening unnaturally in corners where the wealthy mingled, eyes that gleamed too sharply, smiles stretched just a bit too wide, as a subtle, almost imperceptible hum thrummed through the polished floors, a vibration that seemed to resonate with something ancient and unsettling. Her mind raced. This was no ordinary gathering, this was something primal and otherworldly, and when the grand hall's walls peeled back to reveal a secret chamber lit by flickering torchlight and inscribed with cryptic sigils, the unmistakable horror dawned. The billionaires were shedding their human guises, revealing slick, iridescent scales and eyes slit like serpents, their voices morphing into chilling hisses as they began a ritual that echoed with a sinister cadence. Florence's breath caught in her throat, her fingers trembling as she gripped her phone, the compulsion to expose this impossible reality battling the primal urge to flee. She was a storm of contradictions, adventurous yet cautious, skeptical but now forced to confront undeniable truth, bold in the face of terror but undeniably human, her pulse a frantic drumbeat against the eerie silence that blanketed the hidden chamber. At her side, Alfie, a longtime confidant and fearless documentarian with a roguish grin and nerves of steel, whispered strategies for capturing the spectacle without alerting the reptilian overlords, his steady presence anchoring her as the room pulsed with the weight of secrets that could unravel the very fabric of society. While nearby, Lysandra, a brilliant hacker and their newest ally, scanned the encrypted networks feeding the ritual's dark power, her eyes flashing with equal parts fear and determination. The world outside remained blissfully unaware, wrapped in serene night and twinkling stars, but inside, time seemed to distort, every second stretching into eternity as Florence wrestled with disbelief and duty. Knowing this night would shatter everything she thought she knew, the adventure had just begun, and there was no turning back from the abyss they had glimpsed. The morning began like any other, with Ryan Reynolds sipping his coffee and scrolling through his phone. But the moment the holographic portal shimmered open in his living room, spilling kaleidoscopic light across the sleek modern furniture, everything shifted from mundane to utterly surreal in an instant. As a motley crew of beings, the multiverse's most notorious meme lords, ambled through, each more bizarre and confounding than the last, wielding pixelated scepters, sporting viral catchphrases tattooed across their skins, and exuding an energy that oscillated wildly between chaotic hilarity and unnerving intensity. Ryan's sharp wit was immediately put to the test as his mind raced to process the overwhelming absurdity. Was this a prank, a fever dream, or some cosmic joke on humanity? His pulse quickened, a cocktail of excitement and disbelief flooding his veins, while his usually cool and sarcastic demeanor gave way to a flicker of vulnerability as he grappled with the staggering responsibility thrust upon him, negotiating peace with entities born from the collective internet consciousness, whose whims could unravel reality itself. The room around him blurred, morphing between familiar earthly surroundings and digital landscapes punctuated by glitching animations and looping viral clips, creating a dizzying atmosphere where reality and meme lore collided in dazzling, unpredictable ways. Ryan's personality, bold, irreverent, quick-thinking, began to shine as he embraced the chaos, cracking jokes to ease tensions, reading the room with a mix of skepticism and daring, while his longtime confidant and strategist, Zoe, a brilliant yet pragmatic quantum linguist, hovered nearby, translating the bizarre linguistic mashups and helping him navigate the delicate cultural nuances of these meme-fueled overlords. As the meme lords eyed him with a mixture of suspicion, curiosity, and the kind of ironic detachment only beings birthed from the internet could muster, Ryan felt the gravity of the moment tighten around him, knowing this was no ordinary negotiation but a gateway to an adventure that would stretch the very fabric of understanding and test the limits of diplomacy, humor, and humanity itself. The stage was set, the players assembled, and the multiverse's fate balanced precariously on the sharp edge of Ryan Reynolds' charm and wit, with mysteries lurking beneath every meme-fueled grin and cryptic reference, waiting to unravel. In the wild ride ahead, as the initial flurry of bewilderment and adrenaline began to settle like the fading static after a viral meme storm, Ryan Reynolds found himself at a crossroads, the weight of his new role as intermediary between Earth and the meme lords pressing heavily on his broad shoulders, forcing him to decide whether to lean into the chaos with his trademark irreverence or to adopt a more measured, strategic stance to untangle the labyrinthine web of interdimensional absurdity before him. With Zoe's analytical mind at his side, they embarked on a whirlwind investigation that saw them traversing through glitchy portals that warped time and space, entering digital realms where logic folded upon itself and pixelated creatures of meme lore guarded cryptic riddles, all while deciphering the ever-shifting memspeak that held the key to understanding the meme lord's motives. Yet, this was no simple diplomatic mission. Physical dangers lurked in the form of rogue data storms that threatened to erase reality's edges, and emotionally, Ryan battled waves of doubt and isolation, grappling with the surreal pressure of representing humanity to beings who viewed existence as a chaotic game, their sense of humor as dark as it was incomprehensible. Along the way, unexpected allies emerged, including Glitch, a sentient AI who had escaped the confines of its own code to become a self-styled meme historian with a penchant for sarcastic commentary, and Momo, a mysterious figure whose cryptic memes held prophetic weight and whose loyalty wavered like a flickering GIF between friend and foe. Meanwhile, shadowy forces within the meme lord's ranks, memes corrupted by viral malice and ego, threw up barriers of mistrust and sabotage, challenging Ryan's resolve and forcing him to constantly rethink his approach, pushing him into moments of raw vulnerability where his wit faltered and he confronted the terrifying possibility that the multiverse might unravel if diplomacy failed. Every step forward bred more questions than answers, the line between reality and meme myth blurring, the stakes escalating as Ryan realized this was not just about peace but survival, and with each meme-laden puzzle and cryptic encounter, the tension coiled tighter, the mysterious power of the meme lords promising revelations that could reshape existence itself, leaving Ryan and his companions suspended in a precarious balance, hearts pounding, minds racing, as the true nature of the multiverse's most confusing and chaotic rulers awaited unveiling on the horizon of this unprecedented cosmic negotiation. Now standing at the razor's edge of destiny, Ryan Reynolds and his eclectic band of allies, Zoe the quantum linguist whose calm intellect had been their compass through chaos, Glitch the sardonic AI whose vast meme knowledge was their secret weapon, and the enigmatic Momo whose loyalties flickered like a glitching GIF, found themselves deep within the shifting heart of the meme lord's realm. A place where reality wavered like a viral video buffering endlessly, the air thick with the electric tension of an impending storm that promised to either fuse worlds or shatter them irreparably. In this eerie quiet before the storm, Ryan's mind raced with the enormity of what lay ahead, knowing full well that the antagonist, the meme king, a colossal figure woven from the darkest, most chaotic corners of internet culture, capable of warping reality with a single sarcastic meme, was not just a foe of power but of cunning, exploiting the unpredictable and fragmented nature of meme culture itself as both weapon and shield. Yet beneath his chaotic veneer lay a vulnerability rooted in a paradoxical dependence on the fragile balance of meme popularity and relevance, a weakness Ryan and his team meticulously planned to exploit by injecting authenticity, empathy, and unpredictability back into the narrative to disrupt the meme king's control. Physically, they gathered their resources from digital caches scattered across this surreal domain, ancient memes of power, forgotten jokes with reality-bending properties, and Zoe's quantum communication devices calibrated to decode the meme king's cryptic transmissions, while emotionally, Ryan drew strength from his unyielding wit and the bonds forged through shared trials, balancing humor with resolve, aware that his role was as much about inspiring hope as it was about strategy. As the final moments ticked away, decisions hung like swords over their heads. Should they confront the meme king head-on in a battle of wits and memspeak, or infiltrate his domain to dismantle his influence from within? And with a deep breath, Ryan chose the path of bold confrontation, crafting a plan to turn the meme king's own chaos against him through a carefully orchestrated sequence of viral counter-memes and heartfelt appeals to the humanity buried beneath the digital veneer. The tension was palpable, a taut wire vibrating with the weight of fate. As allies steadied themselves, their eyes reflecting the flickering glow of meme sigils pulsing with power, knowing that the coming clash would not only determine the fate of their intertwined realities but redefine the very essence of connection, identity, and humor across the multiverse, setting the stage for a showdown so surreal and monumental that it would echo through the digital corridors of existence long after the dust settled. And as the quiet enveloped them once more, a collective breath was held, the calm before the storm pregnant with possibility, dread, and a glimmering thread of hope woven by the very spirit of memes themselves. The moment of reckoning exploded with the ferocity of 1,000 viral sensations colliding at once as Ryan Reynolds and his steadfast comrades plunged headfirst into the chaotic maelstrom of the final confrontation against the meme king, a surreal tempest where wits clashed like titans in a digital coliseum, the battleground shifting unpredictably between reality and meme-infused abstraction. Each clever retort and viral counterstrike a pulse in the heart of this epic showdown. Stakes couldn't have been higher. If the meme king prevailed, he would fracture the multiverse into an eternal loop of meaningless, self-consuming memes, erasing individuality and laughter, leaving only hollow, recycled echoes of humor. But Ryan and his team were prepared to sacrifice everything, their sanity, their trust, even the fragile bonds of their reality, to reignite the authentic spark of connection and creativity that the meme king sought to snuff out. Emotionally, the battle tore at Ryan, exposing his deepest fears of failure and insignificance, but it was in the darkest moment, as the meme king unleashed a barrage of corrosive, nihilistic memes designed to break their spirits, that Ryan found clarity and strength, turning to the core of his being. His irrepressible humor, empathy, and belief in the power of genuine human experience, to craft a devastating countermeme that shattered the meme king's illusion of invincibility by exposing the loneliness and desperation beneath his chaotic reign, a revelation that tipped the balance, fracturing the meme king's control and causing his digital form to disintegrate into a cascade of harmless, forgotten gifs. In the aftermath, the multiverse hummed with newfound harmony as Ryan and his allies surveyed a world forever altered, the once fractured realities now interwoven with a renewed sense of unity and purpose, where memes became bridges rather than barriers, and humor a tool for healing rather than division. Ryan emerged transformed, not just as a negotiator of cosmic absurdities but as a symbol of resilience and the enduring power of authenticity in the face of overwhelming chaos. His journey a testament to the idea that even in the most confusing and convoluted moments, connection and courage can light a path forward. The consequences rippled through every layer of existence, sparking a renaissance of creative expression and empathy across the multiverse, while the memory of their harrowing quest lingered like a legend, inspiring all who heard it to embrace the unpredictable dance of life with wit and heart. So if you've enjoyed this wild ride through the memetic multiverse, be sure to subscribe for more epic tales of adventure, humor, and the unexpected battles that shape our reality, because sometimes, the most confusing memes hold the deepest truths, and the bravest heroes are the ones who dare to laugh in the face of the unknown.